So, everyone, have you started using your squeegees to clean all of that residue off of your partition walls in the bathroom? Oh, well, maybe you don't know what I'm talking about. What I am talking about is last week's hack. Yes, every afternoon on Mondays, we talk about hacks for the cleaning industry. If you haven't been with me before, last week we talked about, well, how to remove all the films from our cleaning agents and disinfecting agents and how to get that all off. But if you didn't see that hack, well, you know what? Here's what we're going to do. We always play last week's hack first, and then we'll go to this week's hack. So if you're still with me, and I see some people have joined us, so if you are with us live here on LinkedIn, Facebook, or YouTube, drop me a line as we go through it. We'll have a discussion time here at the end of the hack. So welcome to this afternoon. Here is last week's hack. So you kind of know what I'm talking about when I said use your squeegee. Welcome to another episode of Cleaning with the Academy. I'm your coach, Dave Thompson, and you can see I'm back in the restroom again. So we've done all kinds of things, but you know, one of the things is that I've used my cleaner, my disinfectant, and I got something else over here I haven't shown you yet. But how do I get it all off? Well, the final touch of any restroom is making sure it's healthy for everybody. So here's my hack for the day. Don't use a rag. Don't use a pad. Use a squeegee. This is a smooth, flat surface. It's not rough like that wall over there. So what am I going to do? I'm going to take my rinse solution. Yes, I did say rinse, and I'm going to spray it on that wall. Now that's after I've cleaned it and I've disinfected it, because what I'm going to do is make this safe. I don't want any chemicals left. Everybody having trouble with this restroom. So anywhere that I have a flat, smooth wall, I'm simply going to rinse. Yes, I did say plain water. Now rather than using a rag, your squeegee. Didn't say a window squeegee, did I? So what you do is you squeegee off. That's making sure you remove. You see all that stuff falling off there? That's what we're going to do. We take this and we squeegee this down, and we get that all off, put it on the floor. Now, if you want to do a final touch, take a red microfiber and detail the edge. There's my hack for today. Thank you for listening to another episode of Cleaning with the Academy. Okay, so folks, that is what we played last week as far as our hacks. Now, I did have some questions come in. Let me address those first before we go on to today's hack. Now, one of the questions was, well, where in the steps? Well, you know, the thing here is these are not sequential steps. We have given you several different ones. We even jumped to floors there for a while. I'm not trying to show you exactly how to do all the steps in order. Now, I would say this. You probably want to use the squeegee to rinse and remove all the film. What? Once you have applied your cleaner, once you've applied your disinfectant and agitated either one of those or both of those. Rinsing. Now, if you don't have a smooth surface, that's what one person said. I said, well, then you use your red microfiber 3D loop that we showed you in one of the other hacks. You know, the thing about it is, if it is smooth, well, use a squeegee. That's what removes the most. So what other surfaces in a restroom? Well, that'd be your mirrors, right? Whether it be just a single little one or a great big one. That could also be if you had smooth ceramic tile walls, you know, the glazed tiles. You know, it'd be better than all of that wiping with your hands and you see all of that, those smudge lines and stuff. So anyway, that's our hack from last week. Squeegees are great tools to remove all the films. By the way, hey, what we're trying to do is make a safe and healthy surface. Now, if you have another question on any of the hacks that we've already shown or last week's, hey, the chat's live right now. You can put it in there. If you're watching the recording of this, send it to me. You've got the information right there. We'll show you the website before we get through today. So Let me see if I can make a few buttons click here and get to the next hack for today. Let me get that up, and here we are. Here is the hack for this week, and we'll discuss it after the hack's over. Welcome to another episode of Cleaning with the Academy. I'm your coach, Dave Thompson. Today I'm going to talk to you about how to disinfect the floors after you've cleaned them, and it's not with a mop bucket. You apply chemical to your fixtures, not with a bucket. You apply them with a pump-up sprayer or electrostatic sprayer, and it's on a pre-cleaned surface that you do this on. The floors aren't any different. Matter of fact, the floors are worse than anything in the restroom. So apply it by one of these, or turn on your electrostatic sprayer and spray your disinfectant on the floor. Pre-clean. Now the chemical is getting to my floor and it's going to be able to disinfect. Come back for how I clean up after this, because it's got to have some dwell time. So next hack coming right up here at Cleaning with the Academy. Okay, so you might have some questions about that one today. You go, oh, well, I always put the disinfectant in the mop bucket. Well, I'm not trying to tell you what you've already done. I'm not here to really debate whether that's a good or a bad thing. Although you might know me well by now, I hate mops. They are just horrible. And I know there's some people out there that, love mops, and that's okay. I mean, we all have to have our thing. My thing here is you don't mop the wall. You don't mop the toilet. You don't mop the sink. You don't mop the toilet, the hand fixtures. You don't mop all those. And they have far less contaminants than the floor does. So why is it that we think that mopping the floor, running it over and leaving the floor wet with all of that disinfectant is actually going to work? For one thing is, most people aren't pre-cleaning the floor. Now, if you stayed with us and you saw one of the other hacks that we did earlier, well, that hack was on how to actually clean the floor, pre-cleaning. So what I did right there is I followed that pre-cleaning with disinfectant. Why? This is what we do to the walls and the other surfaces, right? Those surfaces are pre-cleaned so that we remove all the gross filth. I mean, come on. You can't spray disinfectant on, well, I'm not going to go where you think I'm going to, but you know what's in the bathroom on the floors, and you can't spray disinfectant on there and expect it to actually kill something. If you pre-clean the floor and you spray the disinfectant on, let it sit for the time that it's allowed to, then it can actually do what the label says. I mean, we do that on the surfaces above the floor. Why aren't we doing that to the floor? So that's my hack for today. Now, we haven't finished with the restroom. We've got one more hack coming before we leave the restrooms for this series. Guess what? It's on how to get rid of that off of the floor before I leave, because I don't like leaving the disinfectant on any of the surfaces in the restroom. I don't care what disinfectant you're using, or green or whatever, what it's made of. You know what? Disinfectants have one job, and that is to kill microbes. And I want to get rid of all of that stuff. So anyway, that's my hack for today. You saw last week's hack. Now, I did have some other questions that came in about, well, what about other surfaces and what other machines and stuff like that? And hey, we've got those coming. You know what? There's a lot of weeks in the year. I'm here every Monday afternoon to talk with you. I see we have some people watching. I appreciate that. You're live. I know that Monday afternoons, some people said, well, why Monday afternoon? I didn't know a better way to start the week than to give you a hack that you could use all week long. So hopefully the hacks have been helping. I see that hundreds of people have been watching all of the ones that have come through. If you can't be with us live, you can always see them on our YouTube channel. You saw the channel there. Subscribe and like it. By the way, let me throw up here an address for you. Let me get it up here. Let's see, where's it at? Got so many here. Here we go. So if you want to see the whole thing, you want to get to our YouTube channels and all of the other social channels, they're all there right there on our website. I'll show you that here before we end. Let's see if we can get some things up here for you. Now, let's see, is there anybody coming in with any comments from today? I don't see any comments live today. If you like this, please join me. Now, hey, if you can't be here live with me and you're watching this on the website, I'll show you here in a minute. There's a place where you can leave a question. If you've got some other hack that you'd like to see, or maybe, hey, you've got one that you find you've done and you think it's pretty neat and you'd like everybody to know, let me know. Maybe we'll get it up here on the air too. If you want to be on the panel with me and have a discussion back and forth live for everybody else, you know what? I am here to talk. You know, a gentleman, I was in a conversation with him and he said, you know, whenever we leave this world, the only thing we can take with us is our knowledge. Well, you know what? I'm trying to give you all of that knowledge that I have over the last 50 years, give it to you free of charge here. So share this with people. If you can't be here live, get the recording, leave a comment, leave a like on our Facebook page, on our YouTube, or even maybe on LinkedIn. So let me show you a couple other things that are coming up here that you might be interested in. The other one here is here in just a few days. We will actually be going live with our cleaning festival. If you come to the cleaning festival, you're in Florida, or if you're taking a vacation, you want to come to Florida for something in kind of a workcation, here's a way that you can come and see a whole lot of different things. We will have a lot of speakers that day. You can see there's several different dates in 4 different cities here. Gym Supply is sponsoring these. You can get there at cleaningfestival.com, or if you go to gymsupply.net, either way, you can get there. There's a big auto scrubber being given away after all of those. We have guest speakers. There's like 20 vendors going to be here. Now, one of the things that we're going to be also doing from the show is we're going to be going live to recognize the rock star custodian of 2022. Yes, what you're looking at here is the first Rockstar Custodian Award that we gave out. We surprised Miss Nikki with a whole lot of kids yelling and screaming and cheering for her as she was the first ever Rockstar Custodian. We will be handing out that award that day. So that's going to be on the 23rd of February. If you can't be with us here in Florida, we're going to be streaming live on YouTube, Facebook, and LinkedIn, just like we are this afternoon. If everything goes right, you'll be able to watch this live right from wherever you're at. So stay tuned. That's on February the 23rd. We'll be live with the Rockstar presentation. Now, as we are right here, right now, this is every Monday afternoon, just like you are right now at 2:30. As I said, what we'd love for you to do is come here. If you want to leave a question, you can simply leave a question for me. We'll answer it live right here on the air. You can watch last week's hack or any of the other ones. If you want to be on the panel, you certainly can do that. If you are searching for professional development education for the cleaning industry, you have found it. We are the home of professional certifications for floor care technicians. We also cover things from floor care, luxury vinyl floor care, carpet. You can see the whole list. We have live classes in 4 different locations here in Florida. And we do most of them also remotely right here from my studio here in Orlando. So, folks, I'd like to say thank you for being with me this afternoon. I haven't seen any comments. I can see some people watching, and I thank you very much for watching. We'd love to have your conversation, but if not, leave us a note. Until next week, I'm Dave Thompson. I'm your coach, Cleaning with the Academy. Stay safe out there, folks.